My name is Jason, and welcome back to Professor Sports Cards. We got a great episode for you today. We're going over, as the title said, you saw card content creators that are quitting or have recently quit, and just analyze the situation. After that, I'm going to go over, or maybe you already know, what it means to be underwater. And finally, we're going to take a look at some cool Topps promotions that I hope find their way into NBA and NFL cards when they get the license.
Check out them drumsticks, baby.
As always, we start every episode with a blurred out rookie card. Whose rookie card is this? Comment below in what year. End of the show, we'll go over the pop count, the price, the chart, and everything in between. Before we hop to it, I'm still working on the audio. I think for the most part I have it figured out, working on the lighting, but it's been about 3 weeks with the new setup, a little more. I'm loving it. It's fun. It's enjoyable. Thank you for watching. One Sports Cards Anonymous we're going to look at. Last one, he retired a while back, and he even mentions it in his bio here. A toddler dad, active football card collector and flipper, and retired content creator. He also says as an eBay associate, I earned from qualifying purchases. So I assume when I clicked on this eBay, it takes me here. I want to bring up what's something called underwater. If you were to purchase a house, we're going to use easy numbers for $1 million. All right, I know, fine. Could use 100,000, but $1 million. Could use $500,000. $1 million's easy. Now today, you purchased it for $1 million, or the loan you took out was for $1 million, including all the interest. And now today, it's only worth $500,000. You're underwater. You owe a lot of money on this house, and even when you pay it off, you owe $1 million. It's only worth 500 grand. So let's take that in the card market. Let's look at this Mike Trout card he has on this eBay site. He's selling it for 3,100. Okay, so if we jump over to this Trout card, well, it last sold for 2,400. And I don't know what he got in on this. And I don't know anything about anything. I'm speculating. I'm putting pieces together. I don't know any of these content creators. I know nothing. I'm just looking at his site here, and he's selling this for 3,100. And the last sale on May 2024 was for $2,400, $1,000 less. And who knows what he's in on that card? And if we look at the chart, I mean, the sales from 2020 were $3 grand. And if you bought it later in 2020, it was over $5 grand. You're looking at $7 grand, another $5,000 sale. So I would assume that a lot of card collectors, especially the people that got in 2019, 2020, 2021, look at this. I mean, if people could have lost a lot of money in the last 3 years, and that's unfortunate. And I don't know if that's what happened here. I don't know if that's what happened here. It's possible. It's definitely possible. Again, he has this card listed at 3,100, and the last sale was 2,400.
I saw a woman psychiatrist, and she said I was OCD, one cool dude, and she understands the way I think right now.
I don't know if he's underwater. I don't know if SCV, who was also big on like collecting big, expensive cards, in his last video, he mentioned he made $100,000 this year on cards. Maybe. Why'd he delete everything, though? I mean, it just doesn't make sense why he deleted everything. If you don't know this about me or can't tell already, I find this card content stuff fascinating. I'm not passing judgment on anyone. It's brand new. It's something I've watched grow for the last 4 years from its infancy. It's something that's different in the card space that wasn't there before. And I just, again, as a journalism major, as someone that just loves content and things like this, I find it fascinating. I find it interesting. Comment below, what are your thoughts? What do you think happened? Why did these people leave the space? Why did they delete their content? Doesn't have any content. So I was going to show you some of his retirement speech or how he was feeling. I could summarize the way I felt about it. He's been around a year. In order to grow like this, content drama sells. You know, that's the one thing I don't think on all those YouTube things, post daily, do this. The big thing, and just think about like real media, the news, just your daily local news, the bigger news channels, sports shows. Drama is what sells.
Killed in this collision, 2 others taken to the hospital.
This show was highly based off drama, and with the vibe I got was it was getting toxic for him.
And she just tried to blame it on the dogs.
Ziggy No said something different. Ziggy No he also deleted all his stuff. That's all that's left. Everything else is gone. I find that interesting. Why? And if you're watching, I know Ziggy watches some of the stuff in the past. Maybe that's something you can comment below. Maybe it's something you come on the channel and talk about.
Met with breakers. I looked into doing my own breaks. I looked about being a breaker. I've met with breakers. I've spoken to breakers. I've been friends with breakers. I've had so many breaker experiences over the last few years. I love breaking. I really do. I'm not a breaker. I've always wanted to get further into the industry, and this next opportunity is going to help me get further into that industry. I'm not going to be a breaker, but I'm going to be working with some of the most exciting breakers.
For as much as I'm not happy with Topps and Panini overprinting and just overprinting not just sets or certain cards, but the parallels and this and this. However, Topps has some really neat programs. Here is one of them. In the last few years, they created the Home Run Challenge. So if you pull this card, you get to pick a day that you think they'll hit a home run, right? So here is that website. You go to this website, Topps Home Run Challenge, and you call your shot to win. Choose the game during which you think the player on your insert card will hit a home run. If you predict correctly, you win a special Home Run Challenge card. Now, what's cool about that card is, let's say 300 other people pick Byron Buxton to hit a home run that day. The card is then serial numbered to just 300, those 300 people. Now, if no one hits a home run, you lose, you don't get a card. You can also, in the past, you could double down. I don't know if that's a thing anymore, where if you double down, you get like a gold version, and it's going to be serial numbered way even smaller. It's fun. It's interesting. It's different. A lot of people, I've never played this. Again, I don't open much wax, and I also have not been big on baseball in the past few years, more basketball and football. People love this. I see these type of posts all the time. I'm just going to read on the right-hand side really quick. We'll take a look at a few comments. And I know you probably can't see this part here. Let's fix that real quick. Let's go this, and you can now see the post. Perfect. I waited for this White Sox series. The White Sox have lost like, what, 17 games? Last I saw was 14 games in a row. I don't think they've won since. What have they lost? 17, 18, 19 games in a row? It's crazy. At one point, at least, it was 14. I waited for the White Sox series to deliver tonight. I feel bad. It's almost cheating, waiting for the White Sox. Absolute nonsense. I had to, so I've picked them again on Sunday. Laugh out loud. Tell me about it. I'm a White Sox fan. Literally pulled this today and bowed a tail for Sunday. So he's also going to pick up a Sunday as a Chicagoan. I don't know how to feel. Those are only 2 comments. I mainly brought this up to just show the Home Run Challenge. I think it's interesting. I wanted to piggyback off that. Feeling brave. Go double or nothing. Double down to predict if the ball will travel more than 425 feet for a chance to win a special parallel. So it doesn't look like you're double down back-to-back home runs. The double down is if they hit more than a 425-foot home run. You get a even more. I assume all the people that double down, maybe 75 double down out of the 300. So now your special card's out of 75. I can only assume. Here's a calendar about it.
Deep and straight away. Fastball is a high drive into deep left center field. Buckner goes back to the fence. It is gone.
I wanted to piggyback off that by showing the Topps MVP buyback, because I also think it's another cool program. The Topps MVP buyback program, 2024 AL and NL MVPs. Starting in November, Topps and hobby shops, most hobby shops around the country, will be buying back the 2024 Topps Chrome cards. How it works. You buy, you collect who's going to be the MVP. Who is the MVP this year? I'm not paying extreme. I know Aaron Judge is having a great year. I know Ohtani's having a great year. Once the MVPs are announced in November, bring those to your local card shop. This year, it's just Topps Chrome. I thought in the past it was other Topps products. Comment below if you know. Maybe it's always just Topps Chrome, but I thought in the past it was other products besides Chrome. But the base Topps Chrome of the MVP, you can bring it in and get $20 to your local card shop. I don't know. I think it's just cash credit. Yeah, cards for store credit. You don't get cash, but now you're going to get $20 store credit. If you have a refractor, a logo fractor, an X fractor, it's $40. One of these serial number versions under or above 100 is $100. A serial number version under 100 of the MVP. You can keep it. You can keep the Topps Chrome logo factor number to 99. of the MVP. He's been in the league. It's not a rookie card, and they'll give you $200 for it at your local card shop.
Everybody's got a price.
I think that's a cool Topps program. So Topps, I don't agree with a lot of what they do, especially their overprinting, but I like these programs, and I hope that in the next year and a half, when they move to NBA and NFL, they have the license again, that these type of programs find their way into NFL and NBA cards. At the beginning of the video, Hammer and Hank Aaron, the home run king. Maybe it's Barry Bonds, maybe it's Hank Aaron. I don't know, maybe it's both of them. This is his rookie card, 1954 Topps. I actually think it's a pretty cool looking, nice card. This, obviously, the one you're looking at, is off center, top to bottom. That's why I got a PSA 4. Otherwise, it's in great condition. But just overall, I think it's a cool looking card. It sold for $3,600 in a PSA 4. There's plenty of them. There's 1,100, so it shows the demand. It also, something I haven't brought up before, the money. The people that have money.
Plane. What are your superpowers again?
I'm rich.
That are really into the hobby. They're buying vintage cards. They're in their 50s, they're in their 60s, they're in their 40s, they're established, and they have the money to pop. And that's why you see vintage going. First of all, it's more scarce, it's high in demand, and there's people with money that are going into it, that buy into it. In a PSA 7, it last sold for $12,000. That was a recent sale, July 14th, 2024. And there's right around 400 copies in a PSA 7. As we move up, we'll look at 8, 9, and 10. I'm sure that pop count dwindles down and the price goes up. I think in a PSA 10, hasn't been a sale in forever, but I think it would sell for like over $10 million is what the speculation is. In a PSA 8, let's keep going. We're moving lower in pop count. There's just 194, and it last sold for $44,000. Another recent sale, so it shows people are active in this market. July 12th, 2024, $44,000. In a PSA 9, we're just going to keep moving up the board here. There's only 25 in a PSA 9. Again, a semi-recent sale, there's only 25. So there's not a ton of these sales because there's not a lot out there. But there was a sale back in April of 2024, and it sold for $420,000. And now you're going to see the PSA 10, which there's just 2 of them. It hasn't sold since 2012. May of 2012, it sold for under $400,000, $350,000. Card Ladder has this thing. If it sold today for $4.5 million, I challenge that. I say it goes higher. I say if it hasn't been on the market in 12 years, someone out there is dying to have this card in their collection. Very interesting. Dmitry Young was he is a baseball player. He was a baseball player. He's now a coach. Maybe a manager at this point. But anyways, Dmitry Young collection. This was a part of his collection. I wonder if that adds value if the other one was Dmitry Young collection. Cool that it's labeled that way. At one point, he's gotten rid of his collection. It's spread out, but it's still labeled that way. It's a random fact I just saw. There's just 2 of them, making this card extremely rare, and the demand, if it ever became for sale, would be extremely high. I want to thank you for watching and being part of the early journey. We're in just over 3 weeks of this format. I've posted, I think it's 28 days in a row now. To YouTube. I'm going back to work next week, actually on Monday. So what you'll get these videos this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'm just going to go Monday to Friday. So next weekend we won't get videos for the first time, but every Monday to Friday, subscribe if you have not so you never miss a video. If you're enjoying these videos, please hit the like buttons to help the channel grow. It's the only real feedback I get is seeing the likes and the views, I guess. But thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day.
The scientists in the old world are saying the first human being to run 2 hours or under 2 hours will be in the year 2075.
The Olympic champion is the world record holder. He breaks the world record by an astonishing margin.
And I have proved them wrong. Only the disciplined ones are free in life. If you are in discipline, you are a slave to your moods. You are a slave to your passions.
What up, everybody? This is Robert Ory, aka Big Shot Bob, and you're watching Professional Sports Cars. Hey, by the way, go buy my rookie card.